Welcome. This track is called Right Hand by Dama Beats. I'll let y'all groove to that for a little bit longer as we get ready for our next episode. And here we go again. I want to welcome y'all to another episode. I am Derek. I am one half of Endeavor Empire. Today's episode is for you men. I'm going to talk about respect for your woman. Whether she's your wife, your girlfriend, sister, mother, or any woman that you may come across. But mostly, it's for the respect of your woman, your wife, or your girlfriend. I'm going to start by saying, today's world, I don't see a lot of respect for what these women go through, for what these women do for us men. And you ask what I mean by that? Well, let's think about this for a minute. Respect for the relationship is where it begins for me. And when I'm talking about, you have that special someone that you found that lit up the fire in your life. And you grow to love one another. But as time goes on, you somehow lose respect for your woman. And when I say by that, we don't appreciate enough of what the woman does in a household, in a relationship, in a marriage, in a bond, in a unity. We sometimes treat these women like things that can be replaced. And the truth of the matter is, they cannot be replaced. Especially if you have the one woman that does everything for you. And I'm talking about everything. She's always there for you when you need her the most. She keeps building you up, even on your roughest days or your worst days. She's always that one you come to when there's something wrong. She always knows what you're feeling when something's wrong. You see, we don't pay enough attention. Well, I can't speak for me because I pay a lot of attention to my wife. But I'm talking about those men who don't pay enough attention to their women, and they just think, well, she's going to be there when I get there. Whether that's at home or whether that's in the relationship. You see, women have a hard enough time trying to understand a man's mind, because they do all they can for the man, and in their mind they think it's still not good enough. Well, maybe it is for some, but for majority of it, it's like, I don't understand what he wants from me. Because as I said, man, we can give so much attention to our boys and hang out with our boys, but when it comes time for the attention of the woman, and that's all the woman really wants is your attention. If you guys are a bond, you are a couple, you are a married couple especially, then the woman is deserving of your time. Let's say, man, you go out and you work all day, and from a long day's work, you come home, your wife or your girl has got dinner already on the table, but you come home, oh no, I'm not hungry, you're gonna go hang out with the boys. How do you think that makes a woman feel? It hurts her. It hurts her. She does it day after day after day, and you neglect her day after day after day. And that's not fair. That's not right. Because we, as men, think that the woman's job is not hard. Oh, trust me, it is. Especially if there are kids involved. If there are kids involved, it makes it twice as harder. Because not only is she holding down the house while you're out there working, but she's taking care of your child. Both of your child. But guess who's getting all the flack and the pain? It's the woman. And I think we as men should understand that when you have a woman that good, you don't turn your back on her. You always want to be there for her. You always want to tell her how much you care, how much you appreciate, and how much you love her. Now, I'm not saying that a little gift here and there is enough, because clearly it's not. But for mostly what I can understand from my relationships, it's all about respecting her. Respecting what she does. Respecting what she holds down. I mean, I gotta say, my wife is everything I thought she would be. Everything. I had not a single doubt. And yeah, sometimes things get hard, but that's the beauty of a relationships. Because when you go through the storm together, you come out of the storm together in a beautiful sunshine. And I don't want men to ever keep thinking, because I know there's a lot of men that think that there's another woman that can take her place. In my mind, my wife, for what she does for me and my family, nobody can take the place of my wife. And though there are some that's tried, but did not succeed. And when I say by tried, they have tried to get me because they see the respect and the honor that I pay towards my wife. When me and my wife started, we were just two young adults that was just starting out in life. You know, we graduated high school, we got married. We didn't have our first child till after we had our own place, but we stayed in, I'm not sure if it was a halfway house. I don't know. It was a house full of rooms. So I'm not sure what that's called. But we've even lived in a hotel together. We lived in a hotel. She worked, I worked. And we just started from the bottom and we came all the way up. And I never thought for any second that there's someone that can replace what my wife has done for me. I mean, she is all across the board gold stars. I mean, I love my wife. I want to do everything for her. I want to help her to make her job a little easier. And that's what some of us men don't understand. You know, we think because she's doing this, oh, it's not that hard. I can assure you, if you are a single parent, male or female, but particularly for the males, it is that much harder. Because we never know what the woman's job entails. And then when we kind of stray off the path and we see maybe some of our friends, or we see the life that we see on TV or social media, and we think, or y'all think, I don't think like this. Why can't I have that life? And then we have the audacity, men have the audacity to say, well, I can change that because what you won't do, another woman will. And that's not right, because women put up with a lot. The thing that gets me the most is that I see relationships where these men have been in these relationships for maybe 5, 10, maybe 2, maybe longer than that. Me and my wife been married 24 years. It'll be 25 in November. The thing that always gets me about these men is that you think you can trade your wife up and go to somebody that's younger. But I gotta tell you, what that younger female won't do is she won't be the woman you already have at the house. And when I talk about younger, and listen to me closely, I'm talking about these men that think, let's say I am 44 years old. I'm 43 years old. Let's take that perspective. If you've been with your wife as long as I have and you find some hot young thing and she's 19 or she's 20 and she's fresh out, I can guarantee you this, she won't do what your wife is already doing. And that's not the way it should be, because I gotta say, these older men trying to get these younger women because she's a trophy wife. Your wife was beautiful from the day you married her. Nothing's changed. I have not once thought a day in my life where my wife has not done enough for me where I need to go and trade her up to her newer model. That's pathetic. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. Because let me tell you something. While you with this young lady and the only thing she can probably do is make you feel good in bed, to me, and this is what I tell some people I know, I even tell my wife that I can't be with the younger woman because her mind is not mature enough for me. And when I say mature enough, when you are 19 and you're 20, you're fresh out. You are just becoming into adulthood. You are just trying to figure out your life. So why would us men go to somebody like that? No, correction. Why would I go to somebody like that? I'm going to tell you why I wouldn't go to somebody like that. Me and my wife have had a good marriage. There has been some bumps and bruises along the way, and that's to be expected because, again, there's no such thing as a perfect marriage. But I am a man who provides for his family. And sure, there's a lot of females out there, a lot of temptation. But when I think about what I have at home, I'm like, man, they can't even compare to what I have at home. And they may be good people. They may be good people, good females, and I just don't want to take that chance. You know, men always say, well, my woman don't give me enough credit I deserve. Oh, she does. But you have a female, a coworker, or somebody that's out there in the street who's giving you all the praise, who's hyping your head up, who's telling you, you can, you know, if you was my man, this is what I would do. And let me tell you something. Some men actually put that theory to the test. I don't know why, but it's stupid. Let's take example. There was a teacher that was, I guess, a guidance counselor to a young woman. She was underage, and maybe I'm just taking this story out of context, but I'm just going to use this story. And it made the news. She was a young lady was going through some issues. This family took her in and, you know, was trying to help her work through the problems. Well, the husband got attached to this female. She kind of confided in him, and she kind of played off his emotions. He played off of hers. He ends up running away with this young lady. I don't know what age she was. She had to have been maybe 17, 16. I don't know. Ran off with, well, hold on. Might have been underage because it was a manhunt. ran off with this girl, was having sex with this girl, and then when the law caught up to him, guess who's the one going to jail? Now, I know that's probably a bad story to take, but you guys know where I'm going with this. Because when I seen the older man's wife and his family, I'm like, what the hell were you thinking? What kind of quality of life can you have with a younger girl? To me, it's all about maturity. And females don't really mature until they reach their 30s. Now, there are some that mature a lot sooner. Yes, there are. No disrespect. But they don't really mature until their 30s. Hell, men don't even mature until longer than that. I am not a man that feels the need to have a younger female by my side because I'm feeling some type of way about myself. That's not me. It's not me. It won't be me. It can't be me. I have kids. And I told my wife, if our relationship ever goes south, there won't be another. Now, sure, I might mingle, talk to some people like that, but I don't understand why I would have to get a younger woman. You know, I've seen this guy on TV who's damn near maybe 50 or so something. Anyways, his wife left him with the kids. And he decided since he raised all his kids, it's time to go get him another wife. I got no problem with that. But what I do have a problem with is the age difference. The age difference. And it's not for me to say because you're going to fall in love who you fall in love with. But what is the point of having a younger female? Now, if the relationship doesn't work, you've done all you can try. That's good. That's great. But my thing is respect for her. You don't have to show her that you can get somebody younger and hotter, because I guarantee you that won't last. I have daughters. I would never date another female that's the same age as my teenage daughter. And I'm talking about 19, 18, you know, come on, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about underage. You know, and if it doesn't work out between the two of you, then amicably, you can split, you can separate, you can be co-parenting. If your kids are grown and y'all want to venture off and do your thing, well, do your thing. But men have to get out of that mindset that I can get somebody younger, I can get somebody hotter. What's wrong with the one you have at home? Is she not younger? Is she not hotter? Let me tell you something. When you get with a younger female, you got to keep up with her on her time. And let me tell you, these young people today are all about social media, partying, hanging out with their friends, and doing whatever young people do. Now, of course, when I was around my 20s, I didn't feel that need because I already had somebody who's hot. My wife is still hot. My wife looks like she can damn near pass for 21, 22. And I love it. Love it when we go to the liquor store and they asking her for ID and they like, oh, you look like you about 17 years old. Love it. So women do a hell of a job by keeping the home. They do a hell of a job by keeping themselves up. And they want to make sure the one they're with, they are happy with. Now, if you men don't feel that certain type of way, talk to your woman. But don't go do something behind her back just because you think you can get away with it. Because in the end, it always catches up to you. And when it catches up to you, you're stuck looking like, well, you know, had you been doing this. No, she was already doing this. Why are you doing this? This is what I can't understand. Men get upset when a woman loses interest in them and they put a stop to the relationship and they call it a day. But when men do it, they got to drag the woman along. You know, they got to string her along until she finds out something she shouldn't find out. Why do that? Why hurt her? You already hurt her enough by not paying no attention to her. You've already hurt her enough by not praising her, you know, giving her, appreciating her love and her affection that she has for you. Why do that? Why do that? You know, I don't get it. I don't get it. I know a gentleman. We're not the best of friends, but you know, I've seen him around a few times. His wife is such a beautiful young lady. Beautiful young lady. Has his kids, has about 4 or 5 of their kids, and he just blatantly cheats on her. I don't know why. What for? You already have that at home. If you're looking for some kind of spice or romance in your relationship, hell, read up on it. Figure out what you can do as a man to try to make yourself better for your woman. Now, I admit, I'm not the most exciting person around. My wife is the life of a party. My wife, every birthday, throws the kids' birthday party. She even throws me a party. I'm like, hell, I don't even want no party. But that's what I love about her. She does it because that's what makes her happy, and I appreciate her for it. You know, there's a particular holiday that I don't really get into, 4th of July. I mean, when I get into, I don't do fireworks and all that, but the barbecue and all that stuff, yes. But when these holidays roll around, she is like a light bulb on a Christmas tree. She's bright, she's lit up, and I'm like, what can I do to make this better for you? And I ask her, because even though that's not me, but I want to make sure she's happy about it. I want to make sure I don't spoil the fun. I want to make sure that, you know, I'm just there and I support her 100%. Because if I don't support her, then that's going to dwindle out. It's going to dwindle out. She's going to be upset with me. And then when another group comes around or friends come around and they're having a good time without me, that would kind of hurt me. And that would hurt her feelings. But I don't want her to have her feelings hurt. So what do? As a man, I suck it up. And I say, babe, you did a good job. You did a real good job. And she does. She does a real good job. Birthdays, holidays, Sunday dinners. I mean, my wife puts it down. And I wouldn't have it any other way. And some have often tried to get me to say, well, I can do this better than your wife. No, you can't. No, you can't. When I tell people I'm married, I keep the focus on my marriage and how happy I am. I don't say, oh yeah, I'm married. Yeah. And, you know, I've been married for so many years, you know. No. When I tell people how long I've been married, they want to know the secret to my marriage. You want to know what the secret is? Respecting her, communicating with her, love her. Show her that she is the queen that you desire. Don't put her down. Don't make her feel like she's an outcast. You know, when you go places with her, let her shine. That's your trophy piece. That's your trophy wife. Don't bring no other females into the fold. No. That's another thing I don't like. You've been working at the same place, or you've been going to this gym, or you've been hanging out at this spot, but ain't nobody ever heard no mention of your wife. No, to me, I always make it a point to say, yeah, this is my wife, you know. She's had all 6 of my beautiful children, and she takes care of my children and my nephew, which is like my son. So she is spot on everything. When my nephew, not this nephew here, my other nephew, when my nephew got his child taken away from him and the state wanted us to watch the child until the court, I mean, she went out of her way to do just about anything for this child. We got the kid the same day he got his child taken away, and by nighttime, my wife already had crib, diapers, clothing, formula, everything that you could possibly. And that's the woman. That's the kind of woman I like. A strong, independent woman. Like I said, when you have that strong and independent woman that you know she's a go-getter, she takes care of business, that's what you hang on to. You don't trade that up. You don't trade that up and say for a younger model, because the younger model is not going to do what the current beautiful model is doing. And yeah, you'll say, sure, oh, she's, she look at her, she's beautiful. Now I got to fight these men off of her. No, I want the kind of woman, or I have the kind of woman that tells other men, no, I'm married, but thank you, I appreciate it. No, my husband takes really good care of me and his children. That's the woman I like, not the one that's dating this older guy and she's kind of weighing options in her head. Well, you know, we can get together. You got my Snapchat? Yeah. You got my Snap? Got my Instagram? Yeah. Okay. You hit me up. Meanwhile, you think what is yours is actually somebody else's. Instead of being with the one you with and respecting the one that you're with, then you ain't got to have these problems. Men, all I'm saying is this: communicate with your woman. Tell your woman how much you love her. And they say women are crazy. No, women ain't crazy. We make these women crazy. You want to know how? We don't talk to her. We don't respect her. We don't communicate with her. We don't love her like she should be loved. We sit back and think just because we got her, everything is all good. It ain't all good. As I said before, loving people is hard work. It is like a job. Nobody's saying you got to go over the top. Now, I'm not bringing money into the fold because I don't base my marriage off of money. I base my marriage off of love, trust, and honesty and respectfulness. Respectfulness to her. I'm letting her know she is the only queen in my heart. And I will continue to know that. Now, my sisters have had some up and down relationships, and I wish them the best of luck in their relationships. But like men, when you're searching for the wrong thing or the wrong person and not the right person, you're going to end up with the wrong person. You're going to end up with somebody who you're always constant bickering with or arguing about, or just because she's got this many friends calling her, or she wants to do this, that, and the other. I personally cannot be that guy. Now, my marriage has had some trials and tribulations, but we worked through them. We got through them, and it's made us so much better. You know, I see these men that work a lot. Men work a lot. They spend more time at the office, country club, streets, whatever, than paying attention to the one that's at home. And then by doing that, there's somebody there that they have on the side that's taking care of the needs. And then when the wife tries to figure it out, the man wants to go left real quick. Oh, well, you always questioning me to stand up, because she knows. A woman knows. Like my mother always said, a woman knows. They're not stupid. They're not dumb. They don't need to put two and two together. If they know you leave for work at 7 o'clock in the morning and your normal get off time is 5 o'clock, unless they calling you hours ahead talking about, well, you know, we at the office, we got a deadline we got to meet. Maybe that's true. And it probably is true. But you keep using that same line over and over and over and over again, eventually that'll catch up to you. Just tell her. Let her know. Why are men so afraid of letting the one that they don't want to be with anymore, letting her go? I'd rather just string her along. I tell you why. Because they're afraid that that woman's going to end up with somebody better, and then you trying to test the waters. You're trying to test the waters with this other person, and you know it's not going to work. Let me tell you something. It ain't going to go no well for you either way. Either way it damn where it goes. It ain't going to go the right way, and it ain't going to go the right way. It's going to go the wrong way, times 2. Because while you stringing this woman along at home, your wife, or the one that you with, but you trying to test the waters with this other young lady, I don't care how old she is, young, hot, whatever, you trying to test those waters, well, eventually it's all going to come back to you. You may not get caught now, but you'll get caught. And damn it, when you get caught, it's going to be a wrath of that woman. Because these women do everything that they possibly can to keep their marriage and keep their relationships, keep their home in order. They don't want somebody coming in wrecking it. Let me tell you something. Men, if you leave your woman, wife, or girlfriend for that other home wrecker, I guarantee you what goes around comes around. And you're going to be like, oh, that's not going to happen to me. Trust and believe. I've seen that happen before to a few dozen people I know. They're like, oh, man, she ain't like that. You know, I left her for her because she's much more better suited for me. Okay, she's much more better suited than me. Then 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months down the road, I'm like, what happened? Well, she left me for someone else. What goes around comes around. It's not a method of cheaper to keep her. It's a method of respecting her and telling her. If it's not meant to be, man, let her go. Let it go. You cannot make women love you. You can't force anybody to love you. You can't force anybody to stay in a relationship that they don't want to stay in. I see unhappiness in some females that I know, particularly the ones that are my sisters. Some have dealt with it, some have got counseling, and some have just straight away. I can always see the pain on a woman's face, but I can't intervene with that because I'm already married. The only thing I can offer you is guidance. Guidance. And men, if you know your woman's unhappy, don't treat her like she's going to be there forever. Because I'm telling you, a time can come where things get switched up. And when things get switched up, you're left looking like, oh, I thought she was going to be with me forever. Well, no, not exactly. Not exactly. Happiness, love, honesty, but most of all, respect is what these women deserve. They deserve to have a man that is 100% invested in them. Not half the time, but all the time. And men, when you're invested in this relationship 100% all the way, they see that. They want to go through what you're going through. They want to help you out with whatever that you need help with. And like a lot of men like me, we have pride. But I don't let my pride get in the way in that. My wife asks, I tell her, well, babe, this is what, I'm trying to do. And, I'm trying to start my own trucking business. Not 18 wheels, kind of box truck thing, because, I like box trucks. I did want to do Class A, but let's not get off subject here. My wife supports me in any and everything that we do. My wife is my 50-50 partner. There's not a decision that I don't make where she's not included in that. Because I want her included in that. I don't want to do everything by myself. She's my 50-50 partner. And like I told her, babe, when I get this company up and going, you can be there with me running things. You can hire the people and, we'll be there together doing the interviews. And that's what I want. The thing that gets me is that when we are men that are successful, we forget about the ones who helped us get there. We forget about the ones who gave us all the praise and all the glories and helped us do all that paperwork to get us where we need to get to. Again, we go to somebody who ain't done a damn thing for us because that's the trophy that you want. No, not for me, my friend. The one that helped me start it all is the one I want to be with. I gotta say, me and my wife have been through just about everything. We lived on the streets, from the streets to the hotel, from the hotel to an apartment, from an apartment to a duplex, and now we kind of stay in a 5-bedroom duplex, waiting to buy that house next year. But we work on that together. See, the thing is with some of these men is that kills me is that if we make the money, it's our money. It's not her money. And wrong. You doing this for the family. It's all y'all's money. You may not agree with what the thing she's going to buy. But like me, I talk to my wife. I ask her, say, babe, is there anything you need? Think I can get for you? She lets me know. We work together as a partnership, and that's what I'm trying to ask us men or you men to do, because I'm already doing it. Women have to go through so many hoops and hurdles to find their king. Shouldn't even be like that. I think if you're a stand-up man or a stand-up guy, you should be who you are. I've not once led somebody to believe that I'm somebody that I'm not. A friend of mine couldn't believe how he got his woman, but the shit worked. She was young, he was young. He told her that he was a rapper, a platinum artist, but stayed at home with his mother. stayed at home with his mother. And I'm thinking, that's how you got your girl? And I looked at her like, well, how did you feel when you found out he didn't have no money? Like, I was upset and I was hurt. But you know what? She stuck with him. He ain't no platinum artist. He ain't even cut a demo. But we don't have to lie to these women to be someone that we're not. Why not just be yourself? Whether you're a nerd, whether you're a high profile guy, just because you look the part doesn't mean you have to act the part. Be who yourself. Be true to yourself. Be the man that she wants to get to know. Don't give him some tired ass line talking about this is what I can do for you. No, grow that together. The woman will like you for who you are. You don't have to have all this extra shit going in the background. Girl, I can give you money, I can give you the world, I can give you the sun, moon, the stars. Yeah, you want to give that stuff to her, but you can't give that to her now. Because if you can give that to her now, you'd be with that now. And when I mean with that, you'd be living in that situation now. Women are only looking for, some of the women I know are looking for companionship, that person that is faithful to them, that person that respects them, that person that loves them. I gotta say, the one thing I love about my wife is that when we started from the bottom, she didn't care about all that. She just wanted to be with me. Could I believe it? Yeah. Yeah. Because to me, my personality is everything. I tried to be someone I'm not, but that was back when I was back in my, growing up phase. You're trying to discover who you are. But never have I told my wife that I have all this money, this is where I live, this is where I stay. No. I want her to see me for me. And if she sees you for you, and you see her for her, that's all you need. So much stuff on social media goes around with these young men and trying to impress these girls, and I just can't believe it. I mean, why not just be yourself? They have this prank called the Gold Digger prank that's currently on YouTube. It's on YouTube, but yeah, I kind of watch it because I want to see where some of these women go. And surprisingly, there's only maybe a couple women that just don't give a damn about that stuff. But when you get the woman, and now that you have this beautiful woman, keep respecting her. Keep treating her right. Take her some flowers every other Friday or every week if you want. Show her that you are her king and that you are willing to do any and everything for his queen. Show her the life that you're working towards, that you're trying to give her. Show her the life that she can just imagine. I love it when a woman sticks by a man and he's on his worst day. But don't take your woman's kindness for granted. Don't confide in somebody else when you haven't confided this into the one that you love. Because that hurts. It's always hurtful when somebody knows more about your relationship than the girl that you're with. Especially a female. That hurts bad. Because it's like what you telling this other female, she's feeding off of it. And she's going to try to make her move on you. And whether or not you let that happen is completely up to you. 9 times out of 10, men run with it. Men run with it. There are very, very few men that I know that stick to their guns and say, hey, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have told you that. I was guilty of that at one point in time. I would always confide in other females and, say this and say that. Yeah, I was guilty of that. But I had to catch myself. And I had to say, no, enough is enough. That's not what I do. Talk to the one that I'm with. And ever since then, we just talk things out. The other female had a hidden agenda. I kind of knew the hidden agenda. And I didn't run with it at first, but later I did, and I regretted that. See, I'm human too. I'm a man too. But I'm a man that can own up to his mistakes. I'm a man that can admit when he is wrong. I'm a man that can admit when I've done something I shouldn't have done. But the beauty of it, the good thing of it, is I can tell the one that I'm with, I'm sorry. I would do better. And since then, I have done better. Always done better. Always keep a level head. Always say in the back of my mind and have my wife's picture in my head. Nobody else's. So you see, I also make mistakes. Used to, past tense, used to. I don't do that now. I've always cherished the one that I'm with, the one that I love, the one that I respect. So I'm asking you men, if you listen to this podcast, maybe take the time to think about some things. If she's not the right one for you, talk to her. Sit her down. If you don't feel the way she feels about you, let her know. But don't bring another woman into the fold. Because women, sometimes it's not always another woman. Sometimes it's just a man. Prime example. I knew a couple I used to go to church with a while back. Oh my God, they were like the couple. They were a good couple. And show up to church. They're always happy. When you see them together, they're always happy. For the life of me, I couldn't figure out the next part that came, and it came so abruptly. But he divorced his wife for, I don't know, I'm not sure how many years they were married, but they were married for quite a while. But he didn't divorce his wife because there was another woman involved. He said it was him. He had some things to work out. Till this very same day, he has not been with another woman. And I think he went on to be a preacher. And that's fine. That's good. That's fine. But he never cheated on his wife. He never had eyes for another woman. I think it was just something he was going through. And he didn't want to drag her down, which is understandable. But his wife took it really hard. God, she took it hard. I mean, she cried for days on end. I think it was about 4 or 5 months later till she picked herself up and came to the realization that, hey, if you love someone so much, you got to set them free. But everybody's situation is different. Everybody's situation is not the same. I'm just saying, if you have a woman and you think that you will try to want to make something work with somebody else, all I'm asking you to do is talk to your woman. Don't string her along. Don't let her catch you in the bed with another woman. Don't let her see that you're spending more time at the office, on the phone, the gym, or wherever it is you're spending, at your boy's house who you don't too much care to, but you go over there because this female's over there. That's what you don't want to do. Just talk to her. You let her know what you're feeling, what you're thinking. And maybe, just maybe, y'all can work it out. When you talk to each other, I find that talking, not yelling, not getting angry, not throwing shit across the room, but when you talk to each other, you get to know each other just a little bit more better. I love talking to my wife. I love her to death. I know some things we talk about she don't really care to hear, but well, we talked, like we was in the car last night, you know, want to get us from Taco Bell. And, you know, I'm just going on, and she's like, yeah. Not saying too much. I don't know, maybe my wife, she's just, you know, I'm kind of a talker, as you can see, podcast, no. But it doesn't matter. She's listening. She gives me her feedback. And that's the fun of it. You know, we can sometimes agree. We can sometimes disagree. We laugh. We humor each other. There's more laughter and joy in this marriage than any pain. Any pain. I think the only pain that I have is when she slaps me at night when we're in the bed and I'm trying to get a good night's sleep and this fist comes piling in my face. I don't know. I think she's boxing in her sleep. Nah, but it's all good though. I love her though. I love her. I respect her. And yeah, I do sometimes get a tad bit jealous when, you know, she leave the house or when she, you know, when I'm at the store and, you know, she think, oh no, they don't want me. I'm like, girl, please, you are hot as shit. My wife is hot. And when she's hot, everybody paying attention. It's like the dogs are out. No, I'm just joking. I'm kidding. But that's what you want, man. That's what you want. You want a woman that, you know, everybody's like, oh man, you know, I'd love to get with her. But when they find out she's taken, they're like, oh man, another good one. She done bit the dust. Or another one bites the dust. Sorry. Another one bites the dust. That's what I like about my wife. Because when she tells people that she's married, like, you know, it's like a huge letdown. It's like, why? But that's what I like. You know, that's what I love. You know? I mean, I can't say the same thing about me because it seems like women get a lot more attention than men. Now, yeah, when you're working hard or when you're at work, like I'm at hard, like I'm working when I'm at work, you know, I deliver to hospitals at night and there's a bunch of single women in the hospitals, you know, like I said, they try like, oh yeah, your wife's a very lucky woman. And I'm like, thank you. You know, I'm like, well, actually she's a lucky one. I'm the lucky one because that's my rock right there. You know, some women are happy about that. Other women try to make their move. But the important thing for me is that I don't buy into that. You know, what, does she treat you right? Oh yeah, she treats me very right. Takes well good care of all of my children. I don't have a one for anything, a one for nothing. I don't ask her to do the things that she does. She just does them. And when she does them, that's how I know, like, why would I ever get rid of her? What for? What, for some young hot thing that don't know how to boil water? Or that can't cook chicken? Oh my God, I swear to God. I've seen this couple, older guy on the ground, not sure what he's doing on the ground, but then again, everybody has an tied their attention. This dude put on the ground, like, can y'all tell me, fam, if this chicken is done? Chicken was not done. I don't know what this guy's age was, but the girl was obviously young. Again, men, females don't mature until their early or late 30s. When they are in that mode of 20s, it is figuring out who they're trying to be or what they're going to become or what they want to be. You cannot get a girl that's fresh out and expect her to give you the world like your past relationships, because that don't work. If you had a woman like that and you got rid of her, something is wrong with you. There's something is wrong with you. No shade to you young females, but young females, you just now finding out who you are in life. If a man is telling you, girl, it's not working out, you know, I just don't know what I'm going to do about her. You know, if I had somebody like you, this would go so well. And 9 times out of 10, that is a bullshit line. It is not true. They just want somebody like you so they can carry it around the family picnic or to work and say that this is me. No. Not having it. I see a lot of that in the city that, well, not really the city. Well, yeah, the city that I live in the state that I used to transport students. I would always see, over there they got nannies. I don't have a nanny. I can't afford no nanny, but I would always see the nanny come out to the bus. And I remember this one particular kid that, you know, I picked up and dropped off from school. Picked him up. They let him out the front door. In the evening, you know, of course, parents come out to the bus to get the kid. I was like, oh, okay, so I said, so you're the sister? It's like, no, I'm the nanny. Excuse me? And then the wife comes to the door. I'm like, okay, what's the hell's happening here? I mean, the wife is gorgeous, smoking hot. The nanny is from the Ukraine, exchange student, whatever the hell she is. Well, sad to say, you know, shit happens. I remember I picked that kid up for 2 years straight. By the third year, third year I picked this kid up, and I was like, well, tell your mom and your parents. I said, hey, oh, they're not together no more. Ooh, kids, they like to spill all the tea. Like, yeah, my mom and dad, they're separated. My mom caught my dad fooling around with the nanny. Oh, snap. Not the nanny. The hell. And, I'm going to call this kid Little Timmy, because Little Timmy was just throwing it all out there. He's like, yeah, my dad was in the garage and the nanny was there, and then my mom was gone, but she had to come back, and she forgot her wallet. And so she went to go give my dad and say, hey, I forgot my wallet. And she came out to the garage, and my dad was kissing the nanny. And my dad never told me to come out to the garage because he's always working on something. I was like, oh, okay. So now I know what he's working on. But see, that's what I can't understand. That's what I don't get. The nanny was cute. Yeah, she was young. She's like 20, 21. And but the mother was even gorgeouser. That's why I can't understand. Why risk all that? Why risk that knowing what you have at home? Why do that? I mean, if you want a nice young nanny to be energetic with your kids, great. That's fine. Good. That's fine. Or babysitter. Whatever. But I don't understand, man. You don't have to do that to the one that you love. If you got eyes for your nanny, let your wife know. I mean, she gonna hit you in the pocket any damn way. Because you about to pay all that damn money out. You gonna pay alimony, child support. You about to pay for pretty much damn near a whole new life. Now, to me, that's not worth it. It's not, but that's the way some of you men want to go. That's what y'all want to do. Hey, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. Because I guarantee you, the house that your wife used to live in, where you reside in, you just bought her a new house. And she deserves it. You want to know why she deserves it? Because you got caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Instead of just playing it respectfully and saying, hey, babe, I don't think this is working, I mean, at least you could have done was fire the nanny. I mean, hell, I would have. That would have gave you some leeway to say, hey, we working this out. I can't be with you. True story. A guy had a company. I think you can read up on this somewhere. A guy had a company. And the young lady that I guess is somebody hired for him was very beautiful, very attractive. He let the young lady go, I think 4 weeks later. He let her go because he said, if I don't let you go, I'm going to have an affair on my wife, and I don't want to do that. Now, respectfully, yes. But you probably should have never hired her in the first damn place. I guess she was well qualified for the job that they needed her to do. I don't think it was him that hired her. I think it was somebody else that hired her. Maybe the HR department or somebody. But anyways, they let her go. He fired her gracefully, peacefully, even gave her a severance. Said, hey, I wish you well, but I can't have you around the house. She didn't dress provocatively. She just spoke to the boss. Hey, how you doing? Can I do answer phone calls, transfer calls, whatever. There was never no kind of like interaction between the two, but hey, how you doing? How's your day going? That was it. Because this guy was a businessman. But this man was so afraid of cheating on his wife, he let this woman go. Now, to me, yeah, good idea. But I don't think I would have hired her if she wasn't qualified for the position. See, here's the difference between me and this gentleman. I can hire somebody. I want you to do the work, because why? When my business is succeeding, you're getting paid. If I got my wife's pictures, my kids' pictures on my desk, that's all the reminder I need. All the reminder I need. That's the kind of relationship I want. That's the kind of relationship I want. Like I said, when I get my business, my wife is always my right-hand man or woman. Right-hand woman. Not I didn't like that. But she is the one that makes my world spin. She is the reason why I breathe. She is the reason why I wake up every morning and just say, yes. I mean, there's sometimes I want to roll over and look at her and just strangle the shit out of her. No, I'm just joking. I'm kidding. She's my wife. We can do that. So What I'm saying to you men today is just respect her. Respect her. Because I guarantee you that woman gives you 200% respect and you only give her maybe 20 or 25% of your respect. And it shouldn't even be that way. It should be respect for her always. You know, she takes care of everything that she needs to take care of and then some. And that's all you can ask for. If you have that woman, you love that woman, keep her. Keep her. Honor her. Trust her. Because she trusts you. And when she trusts you, don't screw it up. Don't screw it up. Because this woman will do any and everything to keep you happy. So no matter how mad you get or upset you get, if you're having a rough day or a bad day, she is the one that'll take that edge off your day. If there's something that you're going through, she is the one that's going to bring you through it. That cloud that's over your head, she's the one that's going to give you sunshine. She's going to look at you and she's going to see the pain in your face and she's going to take that pain and that pain is just going to smile. It's just going to go away. Because when you look at her, that's going to be your ray of sunshine. That ray of sunshine. So when she's looking at you and you're looking at her, you're gazing to her eyes, just think about what you two had and what you still have. Think about what she's going to bring you through. And the only thing I ask for us men is to do the same for her. Respect her. Don't disrespect her by, like I said, going to other women, talking to other women. The conversation can just be innocent, but that's not what you need. What you need is the one that you have at home. The one that you love. I mean, I see so many shows that show cheaters that used to come on and oh my God, I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. These men would just do, and the women do things too, but my focus was much more primarily on the man. You know, because the man would be so slick about it. You know, the girl would be out working late. Oh, hey, baby, how you doing? And they pay this shit so cavalier and so smooth. I'm like, wow, he really played the hell out of that. He deserved an Oscar for that. It's like I say, men, women know your patterns. Women know your patterns. Women know if something's off and something's not right, then they're going to investigate it. And while they're doing all this investigating, you're thinking everything is kosher, everything is good. And then you're going to come to the realization, well, dang, how'd they find this out? Yep. I mean, I thought that show Cheese was kind of raunchy but then again, it really did shed a lot of light on some couples. You know, some couples changed, some couples moved on, some couples like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. So, and that's not what I want for anybody. And I know this might reach a small audience, and I'm fine with that. But if you listen to this podcast and you have that woman, just sit and talk to her. Get yourself in some counseling. If you want to work it out with her, try marriage counseling. Let God bring you back together. Pray for each other. Pray with each other. Whatever your faith is, whatever your religion is. Help each other out. Again, these women bear a lot of weight on their shoulders. They go through a lot. Men don't go through as much as women do. Women go through an extremely lot. Lighten the load for these women. Try to be the best husband, the best boyfriend or fiance that you can be. Don't let her bear all this responsibility of kids, house, home, while you out here doing Lord knows what and God knows what. Don't put your woman on the back burner. She should be the number one woman in your life. If that's the way you want it, that's the way she should have it. If she's the mother of your child, you should be worshiping the ground she walks on. Because men, I don't see us pushing out no kids no time soon. Unless they make some changes, but that ain't gonna happen for years. So in closing today, a track by by Dream. It's called Virtue. I want to leave you with this. A real man never hurts a woman. Be very careful when you make a woman cry, because God counts her tears. The woman came out of man's rib, not from his feet to be walked on, and not from his head to be superior, but from his side to be an equal, under the arm to be protected, and next to the heart to be loved. Man, I want you to take that in for a minute. Again, respect her, love her, cherish her, take care of her. That's all that you got to do. Pray with each other, be there for each other. Till next time, my friends, I'd love to hear from you. D6Empire 357 at gmail.com. I am Derek, and I am one half of Endeavor Empire. I want to say take care of each other. God bless you all. Thank you for listening. Till next time, my friends. The track is Dream by Dream, Virtue.